Hi, my name's Gabe. For this problem, we're asked to use the limit process to find the slope of 4 divided by x at the point 2, 2. So what we want to use is the idea that the slope of our function m is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of our function g of x plus h minus g of x all divided by h. And since the point that we're trying to find our slope at is when x is equal to 2, we'll want to substitute this value into this x and into this x. So our slope is going to be given by the limit as h approaches 0 of g of 2 plus h minus g of 2 all divided by h. So here, let's go ahead and let's actually find g of 2 plus h and g of 2. So g of 2 plus h is what we're going to get from substituting 2 plus h into g of x. So in g of x, we had 4 divided by x. So g of 2 plus h is going to be 4 divided by 2 plus h. And g of 2 is equal to 4 divided by 2, which is equal to 2. So now that we found these two pieces of information, we can come back to this equation here, and we can find the slope of our graph at the point 2, 2. So m is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of our g of x plus h, so our g of 2 plus h, which is 4 divided by 2 plus h, minus our g of 2, which is 2. And this is all divided by h. Now, something to notice here is that if you go ahead and substitute h equals 0, you'll have 4 divided by 2 minus 2, which is 0 in the numerator, and you'll have a 0 in the denominator. So this is an indeterminate form, so we have to simplify. So let's begin by getting common denominators in the numerator. So we have the limit as h goes to 0. We'll leave this 4 divided by 2 plus h alone. And let's multiply this 2 by 2 plus h divided by 2 plus h. And we're dividing the whole thing by h still. So now we have common denominators in the numerator. Let's combine these. So we have the limit as h goes to 0 of 4 minus, we're going to have 2 times 2, which is going to be 4. And we're subtracting 2 times h from the distributive property. And this is divided by 2 plus h. And we're still dividing the whole thing by h. So up here, we have 4 minus 4. These are going to cancel. So what we're left with is the limit as h approaches 0. We have a negative 2h divided by 2 plus h. And just as before, this whole thing is divided by h. Now to simplify, we can think about the h in the denominator as an h divided by 1, so that when we simplify, we can write this as being equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of negative 2h divided by 2 plus h times 1 divided by h. Now here, we have a 2h in the numerator, and we have a factor of h in the denominator. So these can cancel, which leaves us with the limit as h approaches 0 of negative 2 divided by 2 plus h. And at this stage, we can actually take the limit by letting h approach 0. So we can substitute h equals 0 into the expression. And this leaves us with negative 2 divided by 2 plus 0, which simplifies down to negative 1. So what this tells us is that the slope of the graph of 4 divided by x at the point 2, 2 is negative 1. Thank you.